the Big Man on Campus videos. Here with Donnie right side. This is the college football week 8 mega preview. We've been doing these every week. We're 8 weeks in, and Donnie's been with us pretty much on every one. Kind of a little hour or so to just kind of bullshit, talk college football, and to give out some winners. Look at the card, have some fun. Donnie, how you doing tonight? What's up?
Doing good, man. Yeah, relaxing. I actually have this going to pop this college football game on in just a second because there ain't nothing else going on in my life. So,
what an ugly night of sports. If you are a fan, a bettor, I guess you could bet on preseason NBA or NHL or this.
That's right, 9 o'clock, Jeff. We got Flyers, Edmonton Oilers, man. You can't miss that, right?
Yeah, Connor McDavid. Love it. Love it. You got, Donnie, how about these matchups? Spurs, Rockets. You got the Melbourne United against the Sacramento Kings. What a titanic matchup late. Warriors and Lakers. How about that?
Warriors.
But college football is what we're talking about tonight. We'll get through as many games as we can. What'd you have for dinner, Donnie?
I actually didn't even eat yet. That's the crazy part about it. I'm going to eat after this. I'll probably head out to Jeff, maybe a Taco Bell run or something like that.
Wow, didn't even eat yet.
No, I didn't even eat yet. No.
What's
I
up with that?
got to the gym late. Wife came home. I had to walk the dog in the rain, and my mom came over to drop the kid off. Next thing you know, I'm like, why? Because I'm one of those guys, like, I don't like to rush to eat, if that makes sense. Like I'm looking at the clock. It's like 7:20. And I'm like, I'm going to be on with Jeff at 8. I'm not eating now, then getting on the show like all bloated. Like I'd rather just wait,
So you're going to eat at 9.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get bloated at 9.
Not bad, not bad. Taco Bell sounds kind of.
I love Taco Bell, man. The nacho box is sensational by Taco Bell.
Can't say I've ever eaten there, ever.
Oh, come on, man.
That's ugly
Kegs
stuff.
In here, Jeff. There you go.
That's your boy.
Yeah, I'm not in the chat box. I just flipped it over to the live comments. Yeah.
How about that? The sports keg.
We're back to an hour now, Jeff, on the show on Sunday. No more 45 minutes. I get the extended time this week, so we'll have some fun.
I'm just not going to say anything, actually. No, you guys are doing a good job. Good for you guys. Keeping something afloat, Donnie. Even though you have opportune circumstances, keeping things alive. That's all that matters. Doing it professionally.
Show must go on, Jeff.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what it's all about in this business. We know that.
The show must go on, as Lupe Fiasco says. But we got a lot of games to talk about. As far as the slitting your wrist with the card, interesting. I actually don't.
You know what? There's some. I'm opening, Jeff. I'm opening the lid this week on the NFL. Using all options. I'm having a blast with it right now. It took me so long to get these numbers down in the NFL. Now that I have them down for the week, I'm looking forward to having some fun, man. I'm excited.
Good stuff. College football coming up as well, week 8. Donnie, you've not been involved much in college football.
No, I've maybe handful of games I've watched this year. It's kind of odd because I played football my whole life. I played college football. It's usually one of my passions. And Jeff, because we were talking, we talk all the time, but over the summer, I was actually saying, Jeff, I don't think I'm actually going to do college football this year. And I actually didn't. It's crazy.
It's tough. It's a tough grind, man. Luckily I'm having a pretty good season. I'm up and I'm doing my thing, but it's tough, man. It takes a lot out of you. It's a rough sport with a lot of rough things that happen.
And I usually love it, but I don't know. I got to tell you, I'm really enjoying my football season even more because I found myself when you overexert, and we all have done it. And I even loved college football. You're capping college football and NFL football, so you need to watch all Saturday and you need to watch all Sunday. Saturdays have been awesome, man. Been able to hang out with the family, relax, completely no stress. I can't say I'm not enjoying myself, man.
Some of the worst beats I've ever had came in college football, so. It definitely can, especially if you love the NFL, it can definitely be kind of irritating. You love an NFL card, but you're down 3 or 4 units because of college. It can be rough.
No, you're right, man. You're right.
But want to thank everyone for checking out the show. I know a lot of the time we have a great response, Donnie, after the fact. This is always a very viewed video. So for all you people that are checking out the show live, we appreciate you. But we will shout out all the people that watch it after the fact because there are plenty of them. All right, Donnie, let's get into some things here. The tonight's card is really bad. Nothing to wet your whistle with. Interesting, though, Troy's went up to 17.5, so definitely money coming in on the Trojans. I'm sure Donnie will keep us updated on what's going on.
Yeah, actually, it just kicked off. Then it's one of the games I did look at when we were talking about it this today on the right side of campus. It really comes down to the same thing we were talking about. South Alabama's quarterback play is so horrific. How do you even if you like him as a dog, right? Same thing where you like the Miami Dolphins as a dog, and you're saying to yourself, how the hell are they scoring? You have to still score to cover lines. You know what I mean?
No, the problem with South Alabama is that quarterback play is bad.
Yes.
They just can't move the ball. I mean, they're one of the worst offenses in the country. They're an ugly team to watch, and it's going to take a lot out of them tonight facing Troy, a pretty good defense. We'll get after it, see what happens in that game. Let's get into some games here, Donnie. Thursday night, we talked about this on the right side of campus earlier. For me on this card, Thursday night-wise, the only thing I have my eye on right now is Stanford. Want to see what Davis Mills' status here is. I've really been impressed by this kid. He's played really well. He looked great against Washington. If I can get him healthy, I'm going to love him against that UCLA defense. But I don't know what his status is. It looks like he's not going to play from the line standpoint. If you look at this line, 6.5, why is the number dropped? Somebody seems to maybe know something here, but I'm going to keep my eye on the injury report, see what's going on with Mills. If he plays, I'm going to have some interest here. The other game, UL Lafayette, Arkansas State. This is not a vintage Arkansas State team. Defensively, they've been horrific. Their offense, Freddie Knighton's not walking through the door, Donnie. Terrence Broadway, none of those guys are walking through the door here. This is a team that's not as good offensively as normal, and defensively, they've had all sorts of issues. So, I'd lean Lafayette, but it's a road game. They're coming off a loss. They had a couple of extra days to prepare. I would lean that way, and I would also lean with Stanford. It really depends on if Mills plays. Donnie, any thoughts on these games you have your eye on?
The Thursday night games? No, I mean, I'm a big ULO guy. I think they could probably handle their business. Lined up at 5.5, now sitting 6.5. They're just a complete ball club. If you have a mid-major school, Jeff, and when I talk about they're not really mid-major, but that power outside the Power 5 schools, I enjoy their brand of football, and there's no stopping that train. So I'll take them again.
Yeah, there's that little cat.
Yeah, she's chilling with me tonight. You know what I mean? She gets cooped up all day long. I don't let her on the regular shows, but after dark, Jeff, like Pac-12 after dark. Yeah, no rules. No rules.
Now, with cats, Donnie, have you always had a cat?
I haven't always had a cat. My sister was big on rescues, but this is the real only reason I had this cat is I found her at my store a couple years ago, and it was either that or she was going to die. So I figured I took her in.
I might have resorted for another option personally, but no, in my family, we were always dog. I mean, I've told the story, Donnie, when I was 9 or 10 years old, I found my dog dead in a pool of blood. So
dang.
I've always had kind of a sad spot for animals. I'm just not really into them. I never really thought a dog would ever. I was like a kid, you have a dog and it's hangs out with you all the time. And the dog was protective, and I don't know. I just never had a thought about pets ever again after that. But seems like a nice little cat. Doesn't really bother
anybody. She don't bother anybody, man. She just hangs out, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
You know what Paulie Galtieri says about cats, right?
Yeah, he hates them. Yeah, what's his saying for it?
They're snakes with fur.
That's true, yeah. He wanted to kick it out of there. They didn't want to kick it out. Was it Satriale's that the cat was in?
Yeah, because the cat kept looking at the wall where Christopher's picture was hanging, which was kind of weird that Christopher died and
bunch of quiz.
Yeah, Tony was like, maybe it's the abject shapes in the wall or something. I don't know.
I don't whoever. I guess it was David Chase, but there'll never be another show that's written that well. It can't happen. It just can't happen. It really.
Well,
can't.
No, it's interesting, guy, because there's this guy on Google. He has a WordPress blog.
Yeah.
And he analyzes every Sopranos episode.
Yeah.
And you learn shit about it that's amazing. I was watching that Army of One episode, the episode where Jackie gets killed and they have his funeral and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And all the foreshadowing that they did in the episode to AJ and his own relationship with his father, and how Meadow always talked about how Jackie never really had a father. And it was just so well done. But the greatest comment in that show was in that episode when Tony mentions to Junior about how basically Junior goes, they're talking about Jackie Jr. He goes, kid was always a dumb fuck though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Didn't he drown in a tub of water?
Didn't he drown in like 3 inches of water?
Yeah, like Junior had no care. Like all Junior wanted to do was get out of the house, and he was just callous as hell when he got out of the house. Yeah, yep.
And he goes, Tony goes, the penguin exhibit. Jack always threw stuff off on a learning disorder, but being a fucking idiot would be a learning disorder, wouldn't it?
Yep. I was watching one today in the gym. Everyone they just go through like the 3-minute like clips of it, and they had the one with Peeps in it, not his funeral, but when he died, and they're sitting at the table, and they're like, "Yeah, Joey Peeps," and I said his brain was all over the car after he got shot. Yeah, they probably didn't have to clean up much. And then the other guy chimes in and says, the girl, the stripper, whatever,
silicone everywhere.
Exactly. Why do you always have to jump in on my joke?
Why do you always got to try to top me?
God damn.
Another good one is when they're in the Satrials and they're playing cards. And Christopher walks in, and they're talking about how Tony and Adriano hooked up, possibly.
Oh, the blimp.
Yeah, and they walk in, and they're all laughing. He goes, Christopher goes, what's so funny? He goes, well, I don't know. I want to hear about the big joke. Yeah. And he goes, what are you breaking balls for? And he goes, something about like, fuck you, you fucking parade float.
Yep, it hits him with the sandwich.
Yeah, and he goes, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a captain.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Oh, that was such a great show. So good.
Tony Blundetto, I like the whole Tony Blundetto season. Man,
remember this? Boy, are you fat?
Enough with that. And no more massage in there. It's not a Jack LaLanne.
No more slumber parties.
It doesn't matter what side of the bed I woke up on. Tony,
you don't make fun of me.
You're crowning me.
That was a great dynamic also. All right, let's keep it going here. We're boring people that don't want to hear about anything but other than sports.
Picks.
I thought this was a football show.
Yeah.
All right, college football. A Saturday, Donnie. Let's get into it. Duke, Virginia. You're not going to have me betting on Duke. I tell you right now. I said before the season started, this Quentin Harris kid at Duke, he ain't no good. Donnie, you remember that guy years ago Duke had, Anthony Boone?
Of course, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot like Anthony Boone.
Yeah.
This guy stinks. The turnovers
is the wide receiver. Is TJ Ramming still there? He can't still be there.
I don't believe so. I think he graduated with Jamison Crowder 5 years ago. No, I don't think he's there anymore as far as I know. But, this is an interesting game because Virginia's coming off a loss, a game they didn't play particularly well in. By the way, TJ Ramming plays for the Redskins.
Oh, there we go.
I believe, or the Dolphins, somebody like that. But yeah, Virginia comes in off a loss, Donnie. I think they're a little undervalued in this game, to be real honest with you. Virginia's a good team, pretty good defense. They're at home, good quarterback, bounce back spot, couple extra days to prepare. Kind of like Virginia here. I think they get back on the boat here, and I think they find a way to get the job done here. This is a Virginia team that has been pretty good against the spread, and I'm willing to think they can get the job done here. But what's Duke after that weird game against Pittsburgh? They played they had a ton of turnovers in that game. Then they come back, play Georgia Tech, had 4 turnovers in that game, still found a way to win. But this is a team that just can't hold on to the football. Last 3 games, 8 turnovers for Duke football. Not good right now. I think Virginia bounces back here. I'm going to guess you don't have much in this one. But
no, it's kind of funny because I don't watch a lot of football, but I did watch the entire Duke-Virginia game. That Hall injury was huge, man. You're talking about a future first-round pick. That's a real concern in that game. But the one thing I do like about Virginia, they're not going to get stunted on offense 2 weeks in a row. They're going to be able to move the football against Duke.
Yeah. The injury I wanted to see that Du Bois was back. Haas Du Bois. Yeah. I know in that Miami
he got game, lit. He got lit.
He was big in that game.
He was big. He is good. You're right.
Getting him back is kind of important, so I'm making sure that I
that's what's always tough because I do see him as probable, but always college is like usually like a week behind on concussions. Like the NFL, like you want to get in and get cleared right away. They always take it usually slow in college. That's always the tough part.
I just got a DM, Donnie.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted you to know, you make an appearance on the Pick'em Pod around 12:45. You have real estate in Rico Bosco's brain.
Yeah.
Listen, that guy loves me. Listen, Rico, maybe you should worry a little bit more about your bottom line as far as gambling is concerned before you talk about me, pal.
Yeah, pal. He should be putting out fires up there, man. It's not starting them. Seems like he's starting them, Jeff, with taking all these losses, right?
Settle down, right side. What's that cat dead back there?
Chilling, man.
You heard us talking about Rico Bosco and he died.
Yeah. Look at that, man. He's all about it, man. Loves this show.
Weird that a black cat just comes and walks
Yeah,
by.
just comes in and just chills and says, you know what? I hear Jeff's voice, and I've been hearing his voice for years, so I'm in.
Hello, Frank out of campus.
Yeah. No dog. The dog never gets to come down. She just wreak havoc on the
So what kind of dog do you got?
English Springer Spaniel. Just turned 2 years old. Yeah, great dog. Awesome. Love it.
Him and his girl have like a Springer Spaniel.
No.
What's that from? Do you know what that's from?
No, huh?
Remember when Tony asked Christopher about those like Muslim guys and if he thinks they're terrorists? And he goes, I don't know. I mean, his brother's like a government interrogator over in Lebanon, and him and his girlfriend have like a Springer Spaniel.
Yep, that makes it okay.
Which is like true because it's like, why would they have a dog if they were like terrorists? But, all right, let's keep it moving here. We could talk about Sopranos and stupid stuff all day. Temple SMU, Donnie. Talk with you about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a nice spot to back the Owls, doesn't it? Getting 7.5. I like SMU. I don't love them. And I think Temple could really give them some issues defensively. This is a good Temple defense. I'm willing to think Temple can hang in this game. They're willing to, I think, play in a shootout. I think they can do that. Been a real good road team over the years. And the goal, I think, for SMU is keeping the ball out of SMU's hands. I think they have the offense to do that, Donnie, with Ramon Davis and Gardner and Russo and Centeo, the backup they could throw in for kind of change of pace. This SMU team's just skirting by, but Temple, tough team.
Yeah, no, what Temple does every single year, a win like they did against Memphis. The team that comes in, they're the dog, the high-powered team supposed to win the conference, and Temple stunts them, which is always nice because when you get against a high-powered offense that can move the football, it's nice to know that we've seen it happen where they can actually play really good defense. And shout out Temple last week. You know, whoever paid off the referee and the referee crew, awesome, loved it, cheered it on, fantastic. A nice home bounce for the good Temple Owls. And yeah, it'll be a tough game this week.
I got to tell you, Donnie, I thought you were way off on that discussion.
No.
I thought the ball clearly hit the ground.
No, not even close. And the problem with it is not that, let's just say, Jeff, that if you're trying to make an argument that says, look, the ball bounced, so it must have hit the ground. The whole point of instant replay, Jeff, is if it's called a catch on the field, you need to have like indisputable evidence that clearly shows that it didn't happen. And that was nowhere on any of the clips. And this coming from me rooting, like I didn't have any money on the game, but I'm rooting for Temple. And I'm saying to myself, they just got robbed. So when I saw it go like to the booth where they challenged it, and I'm saying like, this is such an easy, like they just showed 5 things right away. It looks like clear catch and it'll keep moving on. And then I see the coach on the sideline just furious. I'm like, they're going to actually overturn it. And they did. There was not one clear shot that showed that the ball hit the ground. They got robbed and I loved it.
At least from what I saw, I could have swore the ball hit the ground. But again, maybe I just kind of saw an angle that didn't kind of make sense. But Sports Keg, I cashed it over on the Texas Tech game last week. Yeah, that's a rough beat. I was on Bad Beats last night. That was an ugly one.
Who'd they play?
Baylor. It's a brutal beat.
Who won? Baylor win, I hope?
Baylor's 6-0, yeah.
Nice. Good job, Maddie.
Yeah, I'm actually going to talk about that here in a second.
Nice.
2 shows in one day. Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not the second show. This is the third show I've done today. I did Post First Radio as well. So I'm always moving around because that's what I do. So yeah, I kind of like Temple getting the points. A free touchdown seems nice in this spot. Temple always plays well against these kind of opponents.
They do. No, they do. You're right.
Donnie, team not playing well right now is the Army Cadets. What's going on with this?
What they got going on? They taking losses? Can't
run the football. Really struggling. Now they got to head on the road and take on a pretty dangerous Georgia State team who can move the football. What's going on with Army? It's kind of weird. You normally have no problems. Donnie, I'm feeling brutal because I have a win total.
Yeah.
If I lose another game, I lose.
Yeah.
Like, I lose that future. It's brutal. All I can do is push. They should win this game, but I don't know right now with Army. It's kind of weird. They're just not playing particularly well. Georgia State, we know, can beat good football teams. They went up and beat a team higher than them in Tennessee. I don't know how good Tennessee is, but Army should bounce back here. I didn't really have much on this game, but just kind of wanted to comment on how poor they were playing.
Hopkins is still the same quarterback too, just struggling for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It's, I guess, the fact that they're playing against, last week it was West Kentucky. The week before it was Tulane. Definitely good football teams they're playing. By the way, that West Kentucky team, they're a good football team right there. They're playing great right now.
Who actually coaches the Hilltoppers?
what's his name? Tyson Helton is his
Oh,
name.
okay. Yeah, rings a bell. It does.
I forget where he came from, but yeah, he's been a good coach for them. I want to say he was under the I forget, maybe Florida he was at, or no, he was at Tennessee actually. He was their offensive coordinator, I believe.
That's good. Now they seem to be doing well.
Akron, Donnie, we thought last week there was no way they could get blown out, and they did. They have to be the worst team in college football.
They're
right?
the sharp every week, Jeff. They're a sharp play every single week.
But Buffalo's pretty bad too. I mean, 17 on the road.
Let's see what they got.
I don't know about that. I don't know why I'm even mentioning this game because I'm not betting it. But just wanted to talk about it. Donnie, Florida State Wake. This is probably going to be a bet I'm going to make. I'm just kind of waiting on at what point am I going to bet it. I think I'm probably going to bet it after the show.
You like Wake,
here.
right? You don't like Florida State, do you?
I do like Wake.
Yeah.
I like both offenses here.
Yeah.
And I think we see a really high-scoring game. Donnie, do you know who the number one pace team in the country is, plays-wise?
Is it Wake?
It is Wake.
Yeah, good. Thanks for. I remember last year betting games where and I always get back to the Clemson game last year where Wake's going to go 100 miles an hour. They'll score 20 just because they go fast and they quit. Bums.
Yeah, I mean they run 87 plays a game, which is really good. They have a good quarterback in Jamie Newman. He can move the football. Defensively, the rubber really met the road last week. They got destroyed defensively. They gave up 62 to Louisville. Now you're going to face a team in Florida State that they also go quite fast on. 37th in the country. They have a high-powered offense with Kendall Briles manning the helm there now.
Yeah, just know because I'm like just know Hornibrook, man. Just keep that guy out of there. Score some points.
Yeah, give me Blackman.
Yeah,
you got two defenses that we all know with Florida State what their MO is. They can't stop anybody either. This is a spot to me where you look at the offenses. Those should be able to put mid 30s, high 30s up. Both teams throw the ball a particularly good amount. They're pretty good in the red zone scoring percentage wise. I think we see a high scoring football game here, and it's not too bad. Total is only 69. And yeah, I know if Rob Gronkowski was
I was just to say, I was like, damn, Jeff, I wonder if you're going to pick up on that, and you did.
Yeah, he would make a 69 joke. By the way, somebody mentioned that the other day, Donnie, on my Instagram. I follow on Instagram 69 people.
Oh,
and someone hit me up. They're like, "Hey, nice Instagram follower account, bro."
Yeah, brother.
It's like.
By the way, just to give you an update, Jeff, it's 3-3 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And get this: how about this for a college football team, Jeff? South Alabama takes the kickoff after being down 3-0 to Troy, goes the length of the field, and they have a 4th and 1 at about the half-yard line, and they kick the field goal.
Nah.
Yeah, half-yard line, 4th and goal.
That's a team that doesn't believe much in
that they're going to get beat, and that's what because I'm saying to myself, like if I bet the game, I hope they go for it so we can set. No. You want the field goal there because that's a straight up loss.
Yeah, under city.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, I definitely like the over. That's the first play that I really like this week. What else do we have here? A lot of MAC games, have nothing on that. ECU, Central Florida, nothing on that one. It's a lot of tough matchups. Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan, kind of a team, two different teams. Western Michigan can score a ton. Eastern wants to play defense. A little bit of a state battle there. Donnie, Wisconsin. They haven't given up more than 15 points in any game this year. Illinois had some success moving the ball last week against Michigan. And I feel like maybe they can do it here. But then I think, then again, I mean,
I actually had to do a video in this game a little bit earlier in the week, Jeff, and just brushing over briefly. We like these games because who's on deck for Wisconsin?
Ohio State.
4 touchdowns. Maybe you call the dogs off, and Illinois can do one of those things where they get down big early. They come back against Michigan.
The only way I would do that
on the road too
is if Peters plays. Brandon Peters, because I feel like he's an upper level quarterback that can actually maybe move the ball.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a decent, long shot look to maybe hang around.
I mean, Illinois is not that bad. I mean, they're not great, but they're also not bad either.
Yeah.
I want to see how they do as an underdog. Yeah, not too bad actually. 7-5 as a home underdog last 2 seasons. 2-0 this year.
It says 7-5, Jeff. They really should be 8-5 8-4, right?
Yeah.
Bastards.
True. There are 2 wins this year against Akron and UConn. So
Yeah, I just think maybe I'm not going to say Wisconsin's looking ahead, but we all know when the real big game is on deck and the fourth quarter is there, and this game is 35-7 or whatever. Wisconsin's not looking to hit the gas.
If you like Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you just bet the over? Because Wisconsin's going to put up 40.
That's a good point.
I mean,
but the same thing, like you said, though. Like if you like the over, like Wisconsin is nasty on defense. So what are you hoping for? 35-10. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm thinking this game's like 40-17 or something.
Okay.
I could see that. I mean, I just give me 14 if you're Illinois.
Yeah, jump 14. They can do it.
It's tough, but
they did it against. I mean, Michigan's got a decent defense. They had some offensive success, and they're home, which I like. Not on
good
the
running.
road. Where it's,
I'll tell you though. Go look, Donnie. I'll tell you. Wisconsin opponent rushing yards. Let me tell you. South Florida 26, Central Michigan 15, Michigan 40, Northwestern 97, Kent State 60, Michigan State 30. They've not given up a 100-yard rusher this year. That's rough. What else do we have here? Houston minus 22 against UConn. I don't know what to think about Houston, to be honest.
They lost last week to Cincinnati, right?
Yeah. And it's pretty clear that their coach wants them to lose games. I mean, it's kind of a weird situation. Toledo, Ball State, got nothing on that game. Boise, BYU. Yeah, we talked about that game today. I got to know what the quarterback situation is for Boise. If Buckmeyer plays, I like it a lot more. I still like Cord, though. He's a good player. I don't like BYU much at all anyway. Let's keep going down the card here.
How about Minnesota and Rutgers, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that one right now.
Yeah.
I want to lay the points here.
Yep.
In fact, I'm almost definitely going to lay the points here.
Yep.
I worry, though, because Minnesota doesn't lay points like this very often. In fact, I think over their history, who knows what they did years and years ago, but they don't lay points like this very often. But then you think about how bad and poor Rutgers is. I mean, we remember last week, Donnie, they were shut out, not by Michigan State or Ohio State or Penn State. They were shut out against Indiana.
Exactly.
They'd
like, would this be one of those games where, Jeff, where you even look at like a first half and just say Minnesota's going to run this up? Like, can you picture this game 21-0 early second quarter, Minnesota?
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota's kept their foot on the gas. And I think for them, Minnesota's 6-0.
Yeah.
It's time to start leaving some doubts in people's minds.
You know what's also interesting, too, is because you're saying, like, when you see that total low, but I don't think people understand how bad Rutgers is on offense now. Like, they literally came into the season, Jeff, with a quarterback, let's see how he does, and we have one weapon that's at running back, and when you get rid of him, they have nothing. Nothing.
You look at last week, too, last couple of weeks, actually, Donnie. Rutgers gave up 260 on the ground to Indiana, 200 the week before to Maryland, 272 to BC. This rushing offense right now for Minnesota is on another level.
Yeah.
They've run for 654 yards over the last 2 games.
Yep.
They're just destroying teams on the ground. Yep. Donnie, last week, Rutgers, do you know how many passing yards they had?
No, I don't.
Take a guess. It went a whole game.
Against 75.
Against Indiana.
75.
Not even close.
Wow.
Take 74 off, and that's your answer.
1 yard?
At one passing.
Yeah, come on, man. You got to lay the points.
Points, man. How's that even possible?
Yeah, you got to lay the points because that's not – because the passing yards aren't even taken away from the rushing. Like when you get sacked, it goes against your rushing yards. That's a real number.
I had to do a double take on that, and I thought, how's
that possible?
That has to be like their completion.
I gotta bring this game.
Look it up. Johnny Lang was.
Is that like they went like through like a 1 yard out?
Look it up. Johnny Langan 5 for 13, 1 yard.
How do you have 5? Did somebody did you throw like a 1 yard screen pass and the guy ran back 30 yards and got tackled? Like, how's it even possible?
I mean, it could have been just throws what's that play called where you hike it and throw it right away? Maybe one was just jumped
Yeah,
on.
like a pop pass, and I don't even know. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, though.
I got to rewatch the stats, the game, and see like how that even happened. But it's.
I thought you were a Rutgers backer, Jeff, saying you like the coach and
I do like the coach,
quarterback.
but obviously I don't like the coach. But someone told me last night that they believe in Rutgers and they're going to be fine.
How about that 75? So at least I got it right, Jeff. They actually had 75 total yards, so I was right on it.
How do you only have 75 total yards to
Indiana in a blowout too, like in a blowout?
Yeah, that's. And Minnesota's no. I mean, they're good on defense, so.
God damn! Look at their last 5 games: shutout at Iowa, 16 at BC, shutout Michigan, 7 Maryland, shutout Indiana. Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean the only time they scored a lot of points. That's how bad UMass is. They give it 48 to Rutgers. That's amazing. The two teams, UMass and Akron, are really bad, man.
And UMass hammered Akron. Oh my God!
Yeah, it was the hot tip game.
Yeah, Jay saying a wide receiver screen. I don't know if he knows if that's a fact or not, but that's the only way it could possibly happen. You can't have 5 completions for 1 yard. Doesn't like you had 4 for 0. You just throwing slip screens and they're going 0 yards. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got to rewatch that game, see what happened. Yeah. That's rough, man.
Yep.
What else do we have here? I'll tell you what, Donnie, we're definitely not going to stay on the full hour tonight. I'm tired of talking. Let's go through these here. Oregon, Washington, tough game. Oregon seems like the play here, but this seems like a trappy kind of game. 12:30 start Pacific time. I have no interest in this one at all. These are tough games to gauge. Arizona, USC. Arizona was run out in the second half last week. Washington destroyed them in the second half. I don't know where their head's at. Donnie, this one has an interesting ring to it. Washington State, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be points in this game.
Chenault's back.
And Washington State can't stop fucking anybody. This game
46 degrees, some rain, 17-mile-an-hour winds.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's always a concern out in Pullman. So
on the Palouse, baby.
Yeah, maybe you got to watch out for that. Maybe you want to keep an eye on the weather until that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Florida, Donnie, looks like a great play this week as well. Really like this spot for the Gators.
Coming off a tough loss.
South Carolina coming off a big win.
Quarterback hurt, right? South Carolina.
I think he's probable, but who knows?
Oh my God, that'd be great. If he says it's probable, or if they say probable, you might be stealing some points on that line because ain't no way that kid's going to be healthy and playing. Like on the bench with his knee wrapped up, could barely even move. He's going to play this week.
I mean, am I missing something here as to why they're only 4.5-point favorites in this game? Am I missing something here?
I guess they figured it'd be Georgia. They're a big man on campus now.
Yeah, but Florida's good, man. Real good, actually. I got to look more into this game. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Helinski is probable. He's going to be hurt. That's actually a good thing. I don't think he's going to be able to play that well.
Donnie, Baylor University is 6-0.
That's amazing. Good for Matt Rule. Matt Rule's going to be ahead. Matt Rule's going to the NFL in 2 years.
I agree. Yep. Donnie, do you think they're the most they're the toughest team that Oklahoma will have to play this year?
I don't even know anything about them, like what their style is or anything. I don't know.
They have a ton of playmakers, good defense. I think you got to start looking out for them. Screw Texas. Baylor's a real team to worry about. This week they have Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State can't stop anybody. They love to run the football. Baylor's been good against the run. I have an eye on that game. Baylor's getting 3.5 here. Seems like a little odd, Donnie, to me.
Good for Matt Rule, man. You talk about going to one of the worst situations you could possibly go to.
Yeah, it's tough.
Wow. Man, is he doing good.
Navy laying 2 touchdowns to South Florida. Those are my boys, but
South Florida stinks.
Yeah, I don't agree with you on that. Air Force Hawaii. I mentioned last week on this show, I love the over in that Hawaii Boise game. It was one of the highest green games of the weekend.
Yep.
I don't really see much difference here either. I mean, Hawaii.
And in that game, Jeff, because I think I was actually tuned in that game. Did this start out sluggish and the quarterback got hurt? You're like, I'm going to get screwed on this game. And they really opened up.
Yeah, it was one of those games where every time I looked at the score, it was a higher.
Yeah.
And then they ended up scoring. They hit the over themselves, Boise.
Well, who won? Who won that game? What was the final?
Boise won 59-37.
Damn. Oof.
It's high scoring.
Yeah.
But yeah, Air Force. I don't believe in them against the pass. I think Hawaii moves the ball against them at home. I don't think they can stop the run either. I think this is a pretty high-scoring game. Kind of like Air Force, though. Just a better advantage in the trenches, better football team overall. I want to say I think Air Force is bowl eligible here with a win. You always like to be on they're both 4-2. Both teams need this game. I have a hard time laying points with Air Force, Donnie. You look at over the last 4 games, the road favorite, 0-4 against the number. They don't lay points. Look, you want to back the military schools as dogs or very small favorites. I'm not ever looking to lay a big number with them.
Yeah.
Donnie, Vanderbilt, they are a bad football team.
Still, who's the head coach down there? Still the same guy?
Derek Mason.
Yes, still the same guy.
Somehow still the coach down there. They lost last week to UNLV, 34-10.
Right, I was tweeting that out.
Yeah, I mean, they've given up 66 to LSU. They lost 31-6 to Mississippi. And now they're getting Donnie in a ranked Mizzou team. How about that? Mizzou and Kelly Bryant, who has played well this season, Donnie. Last week had a big game against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Larry Roundtree's playing well for them.
Yep.
I think they lay the wood against a bad Vandy team here. Vandy stinks.
What they're doing in the SEC, nobody knows.
That cat looks like Black Beauty.
Yeah, she's shown, man.
You ever see the horse?
She loves Halloween. Her Halloween's her favorite holiday, man.
What do you put a little hat on her and stuff?
Nah, she don't play that. She's not a people person.
Donnie, my girl, right? She loves Halloween.
Yeah,
like loves it.
Yeah,
she's
my mom does too.
She's obsessed with the scary shit.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in with her girlfriend. She's in Salem right now.
Oh, is that Creamy Acres,
Massachusetts?
Oh, Salem, Massachusetts. Wow.
Yeah. She went up there and she's staying in like this haunted hotel.
Damn.
And she loves that kind of shit, man.
Lord, man.
But I told you, she loves this like hayride shit, and it's like it freaks me out, man.
Yeah,
like
get on it, man.
It's scary, bro.
Yep.
I hate that shit. You know,
I don't know why you hate that stuff. I
mean, I don't hate it. It's just kind of like it's creepy, you know. Clowns and shit.
Yep.
Look at that cat. Like it's creepy. You don't think that's a creepy cat, Donnie?
Black cats are creepy by nature, man.
What's the cat's name again?
It's Prima.
Right. Cousin. That's what it means. Prima
because it was named after the hoagie shop. I was like, oh, it's a boy, man. Damn right. It's Primo. So you get to the vet, and they're like, nah, actually, this is a girl. Like, oh, well, throw the A on there.
By the way, before Donnie was a handicapper extraordinaire, he owned a hoagie shop.
A couple hoagie shops, man. Ate good, man.
Yeah, called Primo's. It's kind of like it's a small franchise around this area. They have them in like PA, Jersey, Delaware. What's your favorite thing there?
I always like the turkey the best. Well, chicken cutlet sandwiches were phenomenal. I mean, it's hard to say what, but if I went in and said, what did you eat most? Turkey and cheese.
You ever eat there? Like now?
Yes. It took me like a year and a half or 2 years. Not because I didn't want to, but it was one of those things like, I used to make it. I don't want anybody else to make it. You know what I mean? But, you know, the wife and the mother-in-law like it there. So I was like, yeah, pick that. It's still delicious as hell.
Let me ask you, Donnie, if you could do any job other than this, like you can't pick anything sports related, what would you do?
Non-sports related?
You know what I could see you doing? I mean this. You look like a cop.
Yeah, no, everybody always says, because I always have a cop haircut usually when it's short.
Yeah.
I get asked that all the time. You know what? It's a great job to have specifically, but I don't have a cop mindset because like I'm the type of guy that's like,
you let people go all the time.
I don't feel like pulling this guy over. That's me. Yeah, exactly.
You look like a state trooper kind of.
Yeah.
No. Like you'd be like have the hat on and stuff.
Yeah, no. I would have been right out of Central Casting to do that, but I just can't see sitting in a speed trap. I'd be hoping people, Jeff, like weren't speeding. Like, don't speed. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fuck, it's raining. I really don't feel
and then you come back into the barracks and like, hey, Seymour, you only had 7 contacts yesterday with the public. Get that to 30. I'm like, man, come on, man. You know what I mean? Just leave these people. Look, if I get called and it's domestic violence, you got to go do that. But dude, I don't feel like just like sitting behind a tree trying to like nail people. God damn.
I've often said if I didn't do this, I would be a private investigator.
Yeah.
Love to do that.
Yep, you find out you just dox the hell out of people.
I'd be dope. Like figuring out who people are and what they're doing. Like, I love it. Donnie, let me ask you another thing.
Yep.
I was thinking about this today because I follow this chick on Instagram. She's like a reporter at one of these news stations. How come all news people talk like this? How come they go like this? We're here in the Bronx, New York. Why do they all talk like that?
Yep.
I'm Jeremy Schaap.
Yes.
ESPN.
But the key is too, you have to have the pause. Like set up like Jim Gardner tonight, the big story on Action News. So and so is out at the Broad in Oregon. Let's throw it out there, and they go like this.
Jim.
Yeah. You get the head nod, the 3-second pause.
Now, Jim Gardner does this too. They get the music. He goes, I am Jim Gardner, but the big story on Action News.
Yep.
And it's like,
doing it,
but
man.
yeah, like, but the live people, they always go like, Jeremy Schaap does it all the time.
Schaap's head is, yep, and he's tilting this. Oh my God. Yeah.
We're here in the Bronx, New York. I'm Jeremy Schaap, ESPN. He always does that. It's weird. I don't know why. Donnie, you're like the cop everybody loves.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, letting people away. Like, hey, man, like, and again, you guys, a lot of people in the chat, or even you, Jeff, a lot younger. It was a lot easier in my day. Like growing up in the '90s in high school, like we would have like the keg parties in the woods and tons of beer and just do nonsense stuff. And the cops would show up and say, "Hey guys, you can't be here. Pour the beer out, get out of here." And now you get arrested for shit like that, man.
Well, it's funny because I get my haircut, Donnie, in Millersville University, like a college area.
Yep, sure.
And I remember when I was a kid, there were always people around at the campus and stuff. I said to my barber, I'm like, how come there's no kids around here no more? He's like, these kids don't go out. He's like, all they do is smoke weed and sit in their house. They don't even go out and drink anymore or anything.
Jesus.
It's weird.
Take some edibles.
Yeah, exactly. A couple more here. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I backed this fucking Charlotte team last week.
Yeah.
This team is horrid on defense.
Charlotte, the Coastal Carolina, they're so tough.
Yeah, they are really horrific. And this Western Kentucky team starting to get some momentum, man. 4-2. They're winning football games. I think the goal for WKU is to get bowl eligible. This would be a nice win towards it. You only land 9.5 here at home. I think they can score at will. This kind of looks to me like a 31-13 type of game here. I think they do a masterful job on defense. This is one I have my eye on, kind of a smaller game. What else do we have here? Donnie, keep your eye on something. I'm going to ask you for your play of the day here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let me pick it out.
Keep your eye on that.
Yeah.
Couple of comments here. They teach that in journalism school, douchebag 101. Yeah, that's not
communications. Surprising. And Jeff, if you want a job at ESPN, you got to go to Syracuse, so they look down on you.
You know, Donnie, there's a kid I knew when I was younger. When he come out of college, he wanted to get into that business.
Yeah,
he told me he actually interviewed at ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they pick their people?
How?
He told me that, like 3 a.m. you're sleeping.
Yeah.
He told me they would call you at like the middle of the night and be like, calculate an ERA now. And like you have to like do shit like that. Like it's almost like Bud's training in Navy SEALs, but it was like journalism shit. Like they call you and be like, who played quarterback for UNLV 3 years ago?
Why would they care? Well, like what would that even have to do with the job?
Because if you notice, a lot of like Sports Center anchors, they know it like a ton of random shit. Like listen to like Kenny Mayne. Like he knows all sorts of random shit. You notice I know all sorts of random shit, Donnie?
Yeah, that's what we do.
I'd be great at ESPN because I can, what's Big Pussy's favorite food? TJ Friday's wings.
Yep.
It was mentioned in one of the episodes. Donnie's not meeting any quotas on the floor.
No, man. Like that ain't me. We got to have police contacts. We talked about that a while ago. Like I remember the one guy in New Jersey that's been sued 10 times, but they don't get rid of him because he has like 275 contacts a month and a ton of tickets. So he gets to stay, even though he's a shit cop.
Yeah, you need more speeding tickets.
You got to get out. Because I remember my buddy was a cop. He's a state trooper in Maryland. And I remember when he first got his, just got out of school. They don't even give you like a radar. Like you have to like eye test speeders and like pull up to them and like match your odometer with theirs or your speed odometer with theirs. Oh my God, get out of here. I'll be like, dude, just give me the goddamn radar gun.
All right. That's that for the show. We go through a lot of games. For me, free pick, I'm going to go Florida. I think they beat South Carolina. I know it's a road game. I think Dan Mullen has them prepared. South Carolina letdown game. Florida had Weren't they on a bye last? No, they had LSU. That's right. Either though, I mean, you're coming off a loss, you pick yourself up. They do have Georgia on deck, which is kind of a concern. But I'm gonna figure that they're good enough to beat South Carolina here. I think the letdown factor is a lot higher, so I'll go Florida. What do you like, Donnie?
The one team stinks in the ACC, Jeff, and even though this is a super square play, I'm taking North Carolina minus the 3.5 on the road in Blacksburg versus Virginia Tech.
Really?
Yes.
How about that?
And so I've watched Virginia Tech play a game and a half. They stink.
Big man, have you ever heard about Rodney Reed? Yes, I have.
Who's Rodney?
Rodney Reed was a black guy in Texas that basically they claim that he raped and murdered a woman that was 19. She's a white woman.
Mm.
He faced basically an all-white jury, and he was sentenced to death. And it's been getting a lot of kind of press lately. Dr. Phil was on it and stuff. And yes, I do know about that case. And no, I don't think he got a fair trial, clearly. Also, Donnie, I saw the other day there was a guy in Philadelphia. He did 28 years and got out of jail. I'd have a lot of animosity towards a lot of people. I don't know how I'd ever live my life if that happened to me.
What did what?
Like where you go to jail and and you didn't do it.
Yeah,
such a loss. You only get one life.
Yeah, everybody in jail says they didn't do it, so you just get washed over. Like, yeah, sure you did, pal.
Read that comment by Jukes BSG, Donnie.
Do you guys know Molly on First Take? She was married to Jalen Rose, completely incompetent. Is that your alter ego, Jukes?
No, but he's right. She's the worst. She's literally
moving.
What's going on, everybody?
We're here, Stephen A.
She's the fucking
I figured you would like her too, Jeff. I figured you'd like.
No, she's sexy as hell. But when she opens her mouth, I'm like, I'm good.
She's a dime.
She is. She's very attractive.
You like BB Rexa.
Well, she's Albanian. But no, Donnie, the worst is Maria Taylor.
That used to be your go-to. That used to be your ace right there.
Not anymore. Yeah, Britton McHenry was too at one point, and then she started talking about shit, and I'm not interested. Did I ever hear about the Little Rascals daycare case? No, and I don't want to. It doesn't sound very.
Either sounds like they were fighting the kids or doing stuff to them. So
yeah. Oh, before I let you go, did you hear about that? Those people in North Carolina. There's 3 women. They had
who?
They had a fight club in like some kind of like.
Oh my god, 3 women.
Yeah, in like a mental facility, basically.
Jesus. Yeah, the one was in a local one that had the fight club, like the daycare, to make like the 4-year-olds fight each other.
Remember, I thought of me thinking of Donnie. Remember that episode Sopranos and Junior has like the card game at like the mental hospital?
The Chinese kid with him?
Yeah. He's like, he's kind of like his like enforcer, basically.
Yep.
And the orderly walks in and goes, the guy's like crying. He goes, look at him. He can't handle this. And she's like, he's not even playing.
Yep, and they bring in the candy bars and the soda and getting busted in there. Yep.
Yeah, you get soda was like 6 buttons.
Yep. Hey, Junior, I got these sneakers for you. They light up out here. That's not for me. That's for the kid down the street.
He's got car.
Yeah, he's got sneakers. Yeah, exactly.
In
my house. Talk about my nephew in my house. How dare you?
That's my nephew you're talking about. In my own home.
Junior was awesome. Jeez.
Oh, man.
It's a shame it had the turn where he got old and like he was like, didn't have his mind anymore. But then the red parts for him were phenomenal when he was always had his wits about him.
No, he's a great character. I've said, Donnie, I think the best scene in the entire show is in that episode I was talking about earlier at the end where he's singing and like they kind of pan to like they're all like crying, listening. I think that's one of the best scenes of the show, to be honest.
Low, man.
Why did the Stanford line fall to 4? Because Davis Mills was just reported out, according to reports. Davis Mills is out for Thursday night's game with a calf injury. Walk-on Jack West will be the starting quarterback.
What about the Irishman, Jeff, coming up this week, or like the next week or two? You going to see that bad boy?
Yeah. It'll probably be a movie. I haven't seen a movie in the theaters. Last movie I saw in the theaters was White Boy Rick, actually.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's a long movie. I don't know if I could sit in a movie theater that long. It's like a 4-hour movie, Don.
No, is it really?
Yeah, it's really long.
Wow. Jesus.
It's really long. Do you know the story there? Do you know that story?
I'm assuming I know the Jimmy Hoffa story, but I don't know what the actual
Well, many believe Frank Sheeran, who De Niro plays, that is the one that killed
Gotcha.
Hoffa.
Did you see the Jimmy Hoffa movie? I think De Niro played. I'm going to say De Niro and Pesci were in the last Jimmy Hoffa movie. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I think it's called Hoffa.
I think it was good. I watched it not too long ago.
Yeah. Listen, Donnie, I know you like mob movies. You gotta watch the original Gotti movie. It's
I know
fucking
you say
amazing.
you like it a lot. I should.
I think it's the best mob movie ever made, and it's got It's got so many Sopranos characters in it. Armand DeSante is unbelievable.
That's your boy. Yeah, he's funny too. And everything that guy does, he's like that cool, slick dude.
You've seen John Gotti, right? Talk, Donnie, or interact.
Yes,
His Armand DeSante's mannerisms are unbelievable.
Like he could have been his double.
100%.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Unbelievable movie. One more comment on Maria Taylor. Maria Taylor's terrible, fake, and over the top. Tries way too hard. Exactly.
She's the crowd person on game day.
Yeah, it's weird.
Her and David Pollock.
He's another one. Do you think Wisconsin has anything for Ohio State next week? Yeah, I think they. Why don't they?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Defense is really good. That's gonna be a great game.
Yep, and I got a wedding, so I won't see it. Awesome.
Damn, who's getting married?
No, my best friend's getting married. Second time. I got to be the best man. Second time.
You went to? Oh, Donnie, tell the listeners about the waiter at the or the waitress at Chicken Pete's.
Oh yeah, no, we get the Chicken Pete's right, and it's a hilarious story because my buddies know what I do, but I downplay it and just do this or that or whatever. So if this is about, I'm going to say 11:30. Like, dude, we got to get something to eat. We're at the Trop. Trop, by the way, first time been at Trop a long time. They really did a nice job.
I told you they did, right?
They did a really nice job because I was saying to a couple of guys, usually I'm like Borgata, Ocean. I haven't been down here in a couple of years. It was a little bit dingy. I'm like, dude, they knocked it out. The Chickies and Pete's was great. The sports book's nice. The casino itself is really nice. It's awesome, beautiful. Right? It's beautiful. So we get in there and we're like, all right, there's 10 of us. So I pull up to the hey, couple guys are gambling. It's like, all right, let me go get us a table for 10. Like, I don't know how we could do that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know, figure it out, So I sit around there, wait about 5 minutes. We go sit down and I'm facing I'm sitting with my back to the wall so I can see everything out there. So I'm, just talking to one of my buddies next to me or something like that. So waitress comes out. The first one comes out. All right, you guys want to menus? I was like, yeah. So we pass it around. And the next girl comes out and she sits there and she's looking at me from across. She's like, I know who you are. So I'm going to myself oh, man, got family down here, maybe my sister knows you or something like that. Or, me. I was like, no, you're Donnie. And the best part, Jeff, what she called you? She called you the fat man that you're with. And so,
really?
Yep. My boyfriend listens all the time. And I just knew, I don't really watch the show, but I knew your voice from the background and he loves it. He checks in every day. And it's funny to say this. It's like, yeah, you it's changed. This is not a planted fucking story by any chance. I can have this corroborated by 9 people that were sitting at the table. And it's like, yeah, it changed. Yeah, you and Jimmy, the last one's left. And I actually got a chuckle at it. Holy, she's really knows about SBR, what's going on with changes and stuff like that. And I just got a good laugh at that, but it was hilarious. My boy's ain't that some shit right there? You really do work. Yeah, I actually have a job, or actually people might.
I've thought about it, Donnie. When I was in San Antonio, I was on the Riverwalk, and some older guy comes up to me, and goes, "Big man." Yeah. I go, "Yeah, what's up, man?" He goes, "My son and I, we watch you every day." He's like, "Can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't really do pictures, Chief, but." I said, thanks for watching. And remember we had the Temple game, Donnie? That cat comes up to us?
Yep, Temple game. I've had it a couple of times at airports. I get it every once in a while, and it's funny because my daughter gets a kick out of it when it happens. But just being in front of them, and then because there was 7 or 8 of us there, and then a couple other guys came later, and she was saying oh, it was so good, and this and that. I'm like, look at this son of a bitch right here. He's
Donnie, the best feeling I've ever had when someone did that. Yeah. I was at Barstool the first time.
Mm-hmm.
First time I met them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking with Dave Portnoy in the back. One of the video guys comes up and goes, "Big man." I go, "Yeah, what's up, brother?" He's like, "Yo, I watch you every day." He's like, "I didn't know you were here." And Dave's like, "You know him?" And the kid's like, "Yeah, I watch him every day." Dude, it was the best feeling because it meant someone knew who I was. And it was it was cool. But Donnie, I've told you, I need to move. I got to get out of here. I have to. I want to.
Yeah.
I really want to move to Atlantic City, man. I think that's where I'm going to go.
It's a cool place.
It'd be cool to be there and just have like during the tournament and stuff where I can just go
Everything.
up there and
You would have everything.
It's cool.
Even in the summers, you'd be down there, your parents' spots right across the bay. You know what I mean? What the hell?
Yeah. And I don't ever, you know what the worst thing about the shore is, Donnie? Leaving.
What?
Leaving.
Yeah.
It could always be there.
Yeah. And you don't got to drive, 2 hours or 2 hours home. You're already there and you're relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice. And you get the best of both worlds because you love being down there in the summer because of the weather, but you love being down in the winter because nobody's there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like if you're like someone's like, oh, I'm in Atlantic City. Oh, where you at? Oh, I'm at Revel.
Yes,
okay. I'll be right there. I'm right down the street.
Nobody's down there. You get the whole.
How sweet would that be? To just like get to know people at the casino and kind of
go get a daily spot to get something to eat. And,
I live right here. Like I'm right there, and I'm there all the time anyway. So it's like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
But all right, Donnie. Isn't it weird though when someone feels they know you like a friend and you don't know who the fuck they are?
No, I think it's cool.
No.
I think it's cool when that happens.
Yeah,
I like to meet people. I like to meet people like that say stuff and I always engage them when if anybody's ever met me in person. I mean, I'm not a, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm big time.
The best thing is when you meet someone that talks shit on you.
Oh,
like Vitalis. You know Vitalis, Donnie?
Yeah, sure. You loved Vitalis.
He talked shit on me for years.
He did too.
Then he comes up to me at IFBC, and I'm like, this guy's actually kind of funny, honestly.
Yes. Yep.
So it's funny how
we're all bastards, Jeff, in some way, one or another.
Yeah. Big man, I'd definitely buy you shots and get you an escort. I don't need a fucking escort. Fuck you, Josh. What am I fucking chopped liver? I'm getting called fat man by waitresses and shit.
The fat man, she called you.
I got a fucking 12.
He listens to you every single day. I was like, well, what's his name in the chat box? He actually watches it usually on replays when he gets home, so he just never like chimes in or anything. But it was funny how a girl would know who I was. Do you know what I mean? That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I mean these chicks that hang out with dudes and like they're on. It's like I get to kind of get to know you and stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, we're out of here, Donnie. What did you say? You like UNC this week?
Yeah, we're going Carolina, man. I'm going Carolina to bust up Tech.
I'm going to go Florida to bust up South Carolina.
Ooh.
You all have a great night. Thanks for watching. Anyone that checks us out in the replay, thanks for checking out the mega preview. We'll be back next week for week 9 and every day at 1 o'clock Eastern for What's So Funny?
It said, big man. I didn't mean no disrespect.
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding with him. I don't think you meant any disrespect. I'm just breaking your balls. All right, we're out of here. Have a great night. Thanks for checking out the show.